Welcome to Driver Production. My name is Jan Hergert. I've been in R&D DALI for about 11 years, and for the last 5 years I have spent a lot of time here, especially at the startup. We decided to start up our own driver production about 5-6 years ago because we want to be better making drivers. We want to have flexibility, we want to have a better know-how, and therefore we decided to have this. The side effect is that today it's much easier for us to build a very good driver because we start on a higher level. When we design a driver, we know what components and how the components have to be put together, and we can start then on a higher level. And the side effect is that our suppliers, where we are buying driver from, we can support them even better. When we get samples from them, then we can give a better feedback, and then we will get better drivers. So bottom line is that it had been a very, very good success, a very big success for us to have our own driver production. When we build a driver today, we have this recipe here. It's a product specification, it's a manual, it's a user guide. This is how we build a driver. Not just a driver, but a special driver, one driver. There's one product sheet for each driver. This one here is for Epicon 6, and all kinds of glue, all processes, everything is described in this one here. This page here is when we glue the cone together with the surround. And just an example to show how precise we are doing things in here. The glue that we use to glue these two things together is a flexible glue because we want the cone and the surround to be one piece, but we do not want the glue to add stiffness. But it's very important for us that we of course have the right bonding, but the stiffness have to come from the cone together with the surround. Therefore, this manual here, and the shot weight, the weight of the glue is here described, and as you can see, 0.08 gram. That means when we designed this driver here, we could see that 0.08 gram was the right amount of glue, because it was sufficient to have the right bonding, but it was not too much to add stiffness. Of course there is some tolerances, but this is what we're going for. And to be sure that we have this amount of glue, we have a scale over here which we use to weigh the shot weight. And that means when the operator starts this process here, she weighs the shot weight to calibrate the tools. If she's going on lunch, if she's going to change the glue, then she make another calibration and she weights the glue again to be sure that we have the right amount of glue every time. Because when we have the right amount of glue, then the drivers are alike. That means that all these drivers here have the same weight and they have the same stiffness, because the same amount of glue, the same processes, when it's in control, everything is calibrated, we have the same drivers. And when I say 0.08 gram, it's not much. Those of you who are fishing know that 0.08 gram is not much, but it's sufficient. And the moving parts here, parts which are moving in the driver, have a weight of 1.6 no 14 gram. 14 gram. That means if we add 1.4 gram extra glue, 1.4 gram is not much, but it's 10%. 10%. When we measure it, then we can see it. So if the process is in control, then it's 14 gram every time. And when it's 14 gram every time, then they measure the same way every time. So if we build a driver today and we build the same driver in 2 years, then they match, and they are the same. So if you have a customer which damaged a driver in an Epicon 6, he can buy a new one, and then I guarantee you it fits. Of course, it have not been running the same amount of hours, and you don't have the same burn in, and you have this flexibility which changes a little bit over time, of course, but it's the same driver. I promise you that. Okay, when we glue things together, then it's also in here shown exactly how the pattern, how the glue line should be, because it's also very important. Because the glue, here, again, connection between the cone and the surround here. The glue line have to be the same, because we want the glue to stick all the way around. No open gaps, no nothing, no, it will rattle. If we have some open gaps here, it will rattle. Also inside here, it have to be closed. And you can see here, there is a drawing. The red dot, that's the glue bead. It's very important for us that we put the glue bead exactly here, because again, we have tolerances, but it's important for us that we put the glue right here, because when we put the glue here, and we have a secure bonding all the way around to the edge here and to the edge here, without gluing going out on the surround. So all the tools that you see in here, we have designed them and built them together with a tool builder, because they are special made for us, everything. And again, when we started with our Epicon, as you can see, we have this badge here on the basket. And again, it's important for us that when we glue it, we do it the same way every time, but also that we have a glue bead all the way around here to close any gaps. Because if there are gaps here, you will have an air leak. If you have an air leak, you will hear the rattle. So we cannot accept it. And it's very difficult to do that by hand. We did that in the beginning. And then I asked my boss, can I buy a robot? And he asked that. We didn't have any robots at that time. And he said, what's the price for this process, for this robot and this project? I don't know, it's 50,000 euros. 50,000 euros, something like that. That's right. And they consider it, my boss and the production manager, they consider it and they say, okay, yeah, go ahead, buy your robot. So we looked for some robots, and then I found this robot here. It was a second hand, it was used by the university in Aalborg only for education. And the price was much lower, because it was a second hand. And below, very cheap. It was below 5,000 euro. And then my concern was, if we buy a complete project, we didn't have a chance to change anything, because nobody knows anything about how to program the robot and set everything up. So I bought this one, and then I used 3 months with books. And then we built some tools here, also some tools we have added, and then we did it ourselves, because then we had the flexibility and we can change everything, we can put in new drivers, we can do everything ourselves. And today, let's hope it works now. Let's see here. You can go in here. And then I hope it works.